This set of topics in this video are linear functions, introduction to linear functions, and finding the x and y-intercepts on a linear function. So this first example is just at introducing what is the slope-intercept form of an equation. Remember, y equals mx plus b. The m represents your slope, and the b represents your y-intercept. Linear is going to graph out a line. So we're going to just do this quick example, y equals 3x minus 2. We need to find two things, the slope and the y-intercept. So this is my slope, which is 3. We want to rewrite it as a fraction, so 3 over 1. The 3 represents the change in y, and the x, or the denominator represents the change in x. Then the negative 2 represents the b, which is your y-intercept. So when you graph in slope-intercept form, you start with the y-intercept first. So let's put some numbers down on this coordinate plane. Remember, this is my x-axis, and this is my y-axis. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then in the negative direction, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So let's graph our y-intercept first, which is negative 2 on the y-axis. So we start at the origin, and we go down to 2 in the negative direction. So there's our first ordered pair. Over 0, down 2. Then we do our slope. We have a change in y positive of 3, so we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to run 1 in a positive direction. So if I just draw this, here's my change in y, and then I run 1 in a positive direction, change in x. So there's my new point. Let's maybe put that in purple. And then you can continue that pattern. Rise 3 more. So there's rising 1, rising 2, rising 3, and then run 1 in a positive direction. And you would want to label those ordered pairs, and then connect the points, the green with the 2 purples. And there is my linear function graphed out. The second thing in this video is to graph a linear equation by finding the x and the y-intercepts. So here's our equation, 5x plus 3y equals 15. The x and y-intercepts are where they touch the x and y-axes. Here are the rules for you to find the x and y-intercept. To find the x-intercept, we're going to let y equal 0 and solve for x. And to find the y-intercept, do the opposite. Let x equal 0 and then solve for y. So I'm just going to go ahead and rewrite this equation here. 5x plus 3y equals 15. And let's start with our x-intercept. So with our x-intercept, we're going to let y equal 0. So we say 5x plus 3, replace the y with 0. And what happens every time is that y term will cancel out and will become 0, because 3 times 0 is 0. And now we solve this equation for x. So we're left with 5x equals 15. Divide both sides by 5. 15 divided by 5. Lost my board connection there. 15 divided by 5 is 3. We like to write these x-intercepts as ordered pairs. So on the x-axis, we're going to go over 3, up 0. Now let's find the y-intercept, where it crosses the y-axis. So we're going to do the opposite. We're going to let x equal 0. So on the y-intercept, let now x equal 0. So we say 5, replace the x with 0, plus 3y equals 15. And now notice the y is still there, but the x is now going to cancel out to be 0. So this is 0 plus 3y equals 15. Solve for y. Divide both sides by 3. And we get y to be 5. Now this is where it crosses on the y-axis, so we're going to go over 0, up 5. All right, let's graph these. So the horizontal axis is your x-axis. The vertical axis is your y-axis. Let's throw some numbers here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's continue in the positive y-axis and then going to the negatives. All right. Our x-intercept was positive 3. So on the x-axis, we go over 3. And we create an ordered pair. 3, 0. Then our y-intercept was 5. So we go on the y-axis, up 5 places, over 0, up 5. And now you just connect the 2 points, and you have your linear function graphed out by finding the x and y-intercepts.